Good morning, children. We are learning our third chapter, organ system. In this, you are going to see the next system, nervous system. Nervous system. It is the integration of nerves and specialist cells called the neurons. Neurons. That is, the neurons is called as the functional unit of the brain. The last class we have seen about the nephrons, right? Nephrons are the functional unit of kidneys. The same way, neurons are the functional unit of brain. The human nervous system, it is divided into two systems, that is the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. That is the central nervous system, it consists of the brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, consists of only your nerves which is connected from the spinal cord to all the other parts of our body. We'll go on to the first one, central nervous system. The central nervous system, it consists of the brain and the spinal cord. First, we'll go on to the structure of our brain. You know what is the weight of a brain? The average weight of a brain is about 1.300 kg. That is 1 kilogram and 300 grams. That is the weight of our brain. The brain, it is covered by a membrane called as the meninges. That is, it has a thin layer of membrane. That is called as a meninges. Our brain is protected by a protective covering with a bone which is called as the skull. The skull protects the brain from all the damages and it prevents from the shock. The human brain, it is divided into three parts: cerebrum, cerebellum and your medulla oblongata. The cerebrum, it is called as your forebrain. Forebrain means the brain which is seen on the top. Next comes your cerebellum. Next comes your medulla oblongata. Now we will see all these three in detail. Cerebrum. You can see the yellow color part in this diagram, right? The yellow color structure, that is here, the largest part of the brain is the cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest part of our brain. The forebrain consists of the cerebrum, thalamus and the hypothalamus. These are three main parts of the forebrain. In this, the cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. It is responsible for the intelligence, imagination and your reasoning. Not only these, whatever you are reading, you are writing, all these are controlled only by our forebrain, that is a cerebrum. Next comes the midbrain. It lies behind your cerebrum. It is called as the cerebellum. You can see that green color structure in it, right? This is called as your cerebellum. This cerebellum, it coordinates the movements in our body. That is all your muscle movements, like walking, running, you're folding your hands and lifting the weight. That is the work which is made with the help of your muscles are controlled by the cerebellum. The other important thing is that it is used to maintain the balance of our body. The next part of a brain is your hindbrain. That is your medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata, it consists of the pons and your medulla oblongata. That is your hindbrain consists of the pons and your medulla oblongata. It is also called as the brain stem. It is called as the brain stem. It controls all your involuntary muscles. What is my involuntary? Which is not under our control. That is, for example, heartbeat. Next is your respiration, digestion. These are all not under our control. So those are called as your involuntary actions. Those involuntary actions are controlled by your hindbrain. So that is called as the vital knot. So this medulla oblongata is called as the vital knot. The other specialty is this medulla oblongata connects the cerebellum, that is a brain, to the spinal cord. Right? Do you know what is my voluntary and involuntary actions? Voluntary actions means which are made by us, which we are controlling it. For example, folding your hands, lifting the object, or writing, reading, which we are doing, which we are controlling. It is called as a voluntary action. Involuntary actions means the actions which are not under our control, like your respiration, heartbeat, digestion, your eye control, everything is not under your control. So those are called as your involuntary actions. The muscles which controls your voluntary actions are called as voluntary muscles. So those are controlled, the voluntary actions are controlled by our cerebellum, and your involuntary actions, they are controlled by your hindbrain, that is your medulla oblongata. The next part of the peripheral central nervous system is your spinal cord. The spinal cord, it is a long tube-like structure which extends from the brain. You can see there the blue color structure, right, which extends from the brain. That is called as a spinal cord. It lies, which protects our spinal cord? Only a backbone. The brain is protected by the skull, and the spinal cord is protected by our backbone. The backbone protects the spinal cord. The next is your peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system, it consists of only the nerves extending from our central nervous system or from the spinal cord. These nerves carries the messages and all your controls from the brain to all parts of the body. The body parts are controlled by the brain only through these nerves. Here in this, it is made up of two parts, that is your somatic nervous system and autonomous nervous system. This somatic nervous system, it controls all the sensations from the organs. It carries the messages from the brain to the other organs and from other organs to your brain. It is controlled by your somatic nervous system. For example, when you touch a vessel, how will you feel it? When you touch a hot vessel, you just take your hand back, right? That is because the nerves carries the feel of from the hand to the brain, and the brain immediately sends us the response to take off your hand. That responses are controlled by your somatic nervous system. Next is your autonomous nervous system. It controls the inner organs of our body. This autonomous nervous system, it controls the inner organ of our body, like your heart, lungs, kidney, stomach, liver. All your internal organs are controlled by your autonomous nervous system. That is your involuntary organs are there, right? Those are controlled by your autonomous nervous system. Are you clear with this, children? Thank you, ma.